Okay, so I was asked to discuss about environmental awareness or care for Mother Nature. Um, I'm definitely not an expert in this field, so I thought I'll share my thoughts from the background that I come um, from, more from a spiritual point of view, more from a personal point of view. I'm very sure many of you who are here in this call are uh, probably involved in making a difference in this field, and I would rather want you guys to talk more specifically on things that we could do um, so as to protect Mother Nature, to live in tandem with Mother Nature, etc. Uh, Not that I'm not going to talk about it, I'm definitely talking about it, but more from our personal point of view, how, um, not about how our lifestyle should be, rather how our mindset could be. That's going to be my focus. Is that okay? Um, so, okay, I was just seeing if I would see any faces. I just see all your uh, icons on, rather your profile pictures. Okay, so talking about mental awareness, um, I think the very first thing that we need to be um, we need to think about, or we need to be aware of when you say environmental awareness, is it's not me and environment, it's not me and Mother Nature. As a matter of fact, we are part of Mother Nature. It's not that I am here, nature is there, and I am trying to preserve or protect nature. We need to understand I am verily part of Mother Nature. I think that feeling needs to really seep in, because that is very important um, for us to change our mindset towards Mother Nature. We are part of Mother Nature, and more importantly, we are just an insignificant part of Mother Nature. Not that we are, much bigger than Mother Nature or very significant part of Mother Nature. Because the moment we get the feeling that I am a significant part of Mother Nature, or mankind per se is a huge part of Mother Nature, our attitude automatically changes. Some kind of ego factor comes in there. So we really need to understand we are insignificant. Not we are a little part of Mother Nature. Um, the best experience we can get of that is go and stand in front of a huge mountain, and just compare yourself with the mountain. It's very evident there that the mountain is so much more huge and so much more significant than me. My experience, I remember probably the, around when I first came to the US. One of my first programs, or rather my very first satsang program, was in Buffalo, New York. And after the program, the family there, a few of us, we went to the Niagara Falls. And I'm not typically a person who would want to go around sightseeing, but when it's with Mother Nature, I wouldn't mind. And Niagara Falls, you hear about it so much, so I thought, why not? And we went and watched Niagara Falls. Just stand by the waterfalls, you'll just understand how big you are, or literally how small you are. You jump into that waterfalls, you're done for. And then they said there's this Made of the Mist ride there, and they were trying to convince me to go in that. I was a little reluctant, especially when I was coming fresh from Amritapuri, so I really didn't want to go much of sightseeing. But then I got convinced to join the Made of the Mist. I assume most of you have gone, and then as you go into the Horseshoe Bend, right, the falls all around, you just go into it and you just see the falls around you. Uh, I don't think anyone even needs to explain to you how little we are. and it's just one little part of Mother Nature, the Niagara Falls, can just gobble us in no time. I feel the very first understanding we need to have is we are part of Mother Nature. It's not me and nature. And two, when we say I am part of Mother Nature, we're just a little infinitesimal part of Mother Nature. Because I am, all I can do is consume about 1 or 2 feet square, 2 square feet at a time when I'm standing. And this is, I probably a little part of this room now. And this room is a little part of this whole building. And this building is a little part of this whole Amritapuri region. And Amritapuri is just a little part of, the district of Kollam. And Kollam is just one little part of the state of Kerala. Kerala is just very little part of India. It's a very small state in India. India is literally a little part of the whole earth. And earth is just a speck in the whole creation. Just a speck in the whole creation. So that's how big we are, or literally how small we are. So it's best we understand that. And I think when I say we should be part of Mother Nature, our lifestyle should be such. Again, my own personal example, I remember being born and brought up in Mumbai. Mumbai is more like New York to equate to in the United States. So, you have a lot of people, highly populated, and quite much more away from nature compared to rural parts of India. So I was born and brought up in India, and then I moved to Amritapuri, right? Kodungalur more specifically. I moved to Kerala, and Kerala is much more in nature than Mumbai for sure. And especially if you land in Kerala, especially at the night times, you literally see no light when you land, when you approach the airport. It's just dark. I sometimes feel, is it good or bad? Is Kerala not advancing? But I feel that's the beauty of Kerala, because the amount of consumption is much lower and it's much more closer to nature than being away from nature. So Kerala is much closer to nature, but when you say I'm much closer to nature, you're not used to being in nature. That's a disadvantage for you. So when I moved to Kerala, the first thing I found out that the bathrooms were always outside the main building. That's just the style. Bathrooms are built outside. It's not built inside the building. Nowadays things have changed. So when you build outside the main building, you'll have to just walk out of the main building, and that's where the bathroom would be. It would be a separate building. And when you have the bathroom outside the building, it's not just you who claims, authority over that property. And especially then we were asked to wake up at 5:30 a.m. And 5:30 a.m. you're half asleep, you just wake up, you need to go and have your shower. The bathroom is already occupied. And not by one person or one being, it's occupied by many. There'll be a huge spider sitting in one corner of the bathroom. Then there's a frog sitting on the wall upside down. And there are a couple of lizards. And sometimes you see all these insects that you can't even define what is the front, where is the back. They'll have two eyes, two pairs of eyes, one in the front, one in the back. They move both the ways, and that was kind of a cultural shock for me. So why I'm saying that is I was so away from nature being in the city, and another kid or youngster who is much younger than me, who is literally from one of the small villages or towns in Kerala. I would just tell him, look at that, the frog, look at the spider. And he'll be like, what's the big deal? Just go and shower. He just goes and showers and comes back. He's really coexisting with them. And I am finding it difficult to coexist with them. And I would say, can you please do something about them? He'll just go, pick it up, pick the spider with his hand, put it somewhere else, and he says, go shower. And he's just like, the frog, okay, he just goes, tries to go near it and just like shoo it, as if it's his best friend. Like, can you just move from here? I need some privacy here. That's the kind of life they've had, the way they're brought up. And I I don't think if I see a frog sitting up in the on the wall here, I'm not going to be very comfortable sitting here doing AYUDH Reflect. I'm just going to look at it every now and then. And these frogs, they can jump from one wall to another wall. That was really a cultural shock for me. I never knew frogs could do that when I first came to Kerala. So living with Mother Nature has been part and parcel. We can still see that in rural parts of India. I'm sure we do see that much more in rural parts of United States and Canada too. The more advanced, so-called advanced we become, where we are moving away from Mother Nature. So I think one thing that is most important is to keep reminding ourselves that we are part of nature. It's not me and nature. I am not becoming advanced and moving away from nature. Rather, I need to be as much part of Mother Nature. And I feel to be tuned with Mother Nature, like I mentioned to you, more from lifestyle point of view. I'm talking more from spiritual point of view. When you say I'm in tune with Mother Nature, I am in midst of Mother Nature, when and how is that possible? When we are attuned to our own conscience, when we are attuned to our own natural intuitions, that is when we are in tune with Mother Nature. We have the best of abilities of all the beings living on face of earth, right? We are the most intelligent beings. We are the most intelligent species on earth. That's our strength, and I feel that's our drawback too, because our intelligence sometimes comes, it acts as a barrier between our intuition, our conscience, and ourselves. For example, look at all the animals. They are not as intelligent as us at all. Literally, they're nowhere near our intelligence. But they seem to be much better in so many things. Like Amma gives the example how we are so much more capable than a dog. But sometimes to sense, to find, things out, say the customs at the airport or the security guards at the airport, they need a dog to find out things. We can't just go near a bag, smell, and find out there's a bunch of dollar bills inside it. Definitely not. We go and smell, probably we'll fall sick in no time. And dogs, they just do it so easily. It's just so natural for them. So they have these intuitions, and it's just their intuition, right? They just sense something through the sensors in their nose, and it's their intuition. They immediately sit, they bark, or whatever is the sign. Animals are like that. The 2004, right? The Indian Ocean tsunami, 2004. If I'm not wrong, the number is something like 22,000 humans, 22,000 people died in the 2004 tsunami. And I remember reading articles, and I was just quickly trying to Google that early this morning. I'm just sharing a couple of links, the National Geographic and the NBC News. I'll just put it in the chat right after this. And they are trying to say literally no animal died because of the tsunami. I can't believe that no animal died. I think it'll be a bit of a stretch, but I'm quite convinced that definitely not 22,000 animals died. If so, they would have found their bodies. They didn't. So human beings being much more intelligent, much more advanced, much more equipped with technology, and 22,000 of us died. And animals in Sri Lanka, especially, there's this article, the NBC article that I was talking to you about, or even the National Geographic link. They say not just before the tsunami, almost from a week before, they just saw this trend wherein animals, including elephants, cheetah, even some of the rodents, little animals, they all started moving away from the coast, and they all went inland or to a higher, altitude, a point of higher altitude. They just seem to. And if you just take a mic and go and interview them, the NBC goes and asks a cow, so what did you feel? Or ask the elephant, so what did you feel? What made you go up? The elephant is not going to say, I had the satellite and it sensed that the tsunami is coming. It is none of that. It's just plain intuition, right? They just felt they should go inwards, they just went. That's perfect example of how to live in tandem with Mother Nature. And it's just intuition. They are just attuned with their conscience or intuition, whatever we would want to call it, and it just naturally happens when you are attuned with your conscience, with your own self. And like I said, our ego, when I say our ego, it's basically our likes, our dislikes, our preconceived notions. Those are the things that act as a barrier in keeping that bond tight. So that will be my main point that we need to reflect on, is to be, one, we are part of Mother Nature. Two, we are a very small part of Mother Nature. Three, to be in tune with Mother Nature, what we need to be in tune with is our own conscience. So I'm just going to think of or propose three things that we could do as part of lifestyle, but more from spiritual point of view, more from our mindset point of view. One, if at least once a week for 1 hour, if we could, try to immerse ourselves in nature and kind of bond with Mother Nature. So the best thing would be to go outdoors. Definitely don't try to immerse ourselves with Mother Nature sitting inside the room. We have too many things to disconnect us from Mother Nature there. So definitely go outdoors, some place where you have a lake, a river, waterfalls, or some such, or at least a huge open land, and just go and sit there for an hour. If not an hour, at least half an hour. And one main thing would be to put away our phones, even books or whatever else, which is not a direct connection with Mother Nature. And for that half an hour, just don't do anything. Don't process any thoughts. Don't think of anything. Don't plan anything. Just be with Mother Nature. And say if you're there for half an hour, 30 minutes. Of 30 minutes, we can divide it into 4. And for 30 by 4 is what? 15, 7.5 minutes each. Just bond with Mother Nature with each of our sense organs for 7.5 minutes. Just watch everything, capture as many things as you can with your eyes. In our busy life, we just tend to miss so many things around us. I'm guaranteeing we will discover so many things that we probably have never seen in our life before, though they are right in front of us. The next 7.5 minutes should be with the ears. Try to listen to as many natural sounds that we can hear around. Some of these sounds just don't, we don't register them at all because of being so occupied mentally. Then smell for the next. There may be a variety of pleasant and unpleasant smells. Just experience it. I don't say enjoy it, just experience it. It's about bonding with Mother Nature. And fourth, what is it? Touch. If you can just walk around, touch certain leaves, touch the bark of a tree, the feeling that we get with leaf and feeling that we get with the bark of the tree, the stem of the tree, trunk of the tree is much different. One is very hard, one is very soft. Some kinds of grass will be very smooth, some of them may be rough. Flowers are of different textures. Why don't we just feel them with our, with the sense of touch? So these 4, I would not recommend tongue. Don't try to taste Mother Nature for time being. Just these 4 senses, if we can do that. So that is the first thing. Immerse ourselves in Mother Nature. At least half an hour, once a week. If more, better. So 2 sessions of half an hour, I feel would be good. 1 hour a week. Second one, I feel this is more like a spiritual sermon, but I feel that's very important. To be in tune with Mother Nature, we need to think selflessly. We always say human beings exploit Mother Nature. We have been the species that's exploiting Mother Nature the most. That doesn't actually mean that all of us are here thinking Mother Nature should die, Mother Nature should deplete. I'm here. Oh, I see that tree thriving. I want to kill it right away. That's not our thought, right? But we still seem to be, exploiting Mother Nature. Why? Just because we think from only our own point of view. not really selfishly, just self-centrically, right? We are very self-centric when we think. We think in terms of what I need, how would I be satisfied, etc. That's our natural tendency. So at least 1 hour a week, we can break it into half an hour and 2 days a week. Let's just think, just explicitly think selflessly. Everything that we think that moment should be selfless in nature. Even if I feel like, oh, I'm feeling thirsty, I want to drink water, that is a selfish thought because I'm thirsty, I'm drinking water. It's not bad. I'm just saying it's a self-centric thought. When I drink water, just get one more cup and give it to your mom, give it to your brother, give it to your friend or something. Explicitly think selflessly for that half an hour. It may be a little bit of drama, but it's fine. It's just to train our mind that you can live like this. I feel it's good. It's a little bit of too much, but I feel just half an hour a week is fine. We won't go insane. I think we should try doing that. So that's the second one. And third one, so this is training our mind that you can also live like this. So at least start with 1 hour a week. Maybe it will become our nature, because Amma literally is like that, right? She's just crazy, actually thinking about it. She's never drinking water. She's literally giving others cups of water every day of her life. That's the lifestyle she has adopted, right? And three, again, just to bond with Mother Nature in midst of busy life. We are all living more or less in an urban setup, and we find it difficult to bond with Mother Nature on a very regular basis. If we could all think of getting a little plant that we can have in our room. I was just thinking about it right before leaving for Amritapuri, and then I thought it's only a month or a few weeks that I'm going for. Let me come back and start it, and not come back to the US yet. It's more than almost 2 months now since I left. So it's like our pet plant that we have, and we need to take care of it. Every time we need to travel for 2 months, we better make an arrangement. Talk to a friend, talk to your neighbor. Can you please take care of my baby when I come back? The baby, please hand the baby back to me. That kind of an attitude. Always, keep it around. Always take care of it, and kind of bond with it. Talk to it. Sometimes we need a friend to talk to. Sometimes we even need a point where we can release all our tension and stress. Maybe we can use the plant as a companion. So I feel just be practical to see which plant can survive well in your region. Have one in your room. Maybe that will really help. Help us bond with Mother Nature better. So these are the three things I thought of. And Amma's example is best. The way she used to, literally be part of Mother Nature. Especially when Amma was little, she was so much in this, high state of spirituality. She would always be in a state of bliss and trance. She would just go around singing. She would just forget about sleep, forget about her own security, forget about food. And then she would be just sitting under some random tree or by the ocean, meditating, or just lying down on the sand. And she wouldn't eat. Some random eagle would come and drop a fish on her. Or the dogs would just bring food from somewhere. Wherever they find food, they just come and they would just give it to her. Or, even sometimes there have been people who have seen the cows would just go and stand next to her, placing their udder next to her face so that she can drink milk out of it. So I feel that's the best state of being in tandem with Mother Nature. Nature just is just taking care of you, tangibly. At least let's try to take baby footsteps towards getting to that state. So these 3 points, if we can try to implement that. Those are my thoughts. I guess it went much longer than the designated time.